Today's episode 8 of my regular feature where I share with you my latest purchases from the Perfume Parlour. I've got a 5-bottle haul to go through with you today, which are all mainly extract sprays apart from just one of them. And I'm going to start by saying all of these fragrances that featured in today's video are excellent pickups. So to find out what's made it onto this week's haul, stay tuned to Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody, and thank you very much for tuning in to this special Perfume Parlour episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul, and this is the 8th episode of this series that focuses on my latest purchases from the Perfume Parlour. Coming up in today's episode are a couple of absolute gems that have been off sale for a while now, but are now back in stock again. And to be honest, I'm really happy with this haul, and it's one of the strongest hauls that I've purchased to date. But before I begin all the fun rundown, if you're interested in picking up any of these bottles to try out for yourself, you can use my unique discount code of 10% off your first order, which I'll leave a link to down in the description. The link will direct you to a login page and you'll be asked to create a login name and a password. But once you've logged in and you've selected your purchases, your discount will be automatically applied at the checkout. And as always guys, just a quick disclaimer, I don't work for the Perfume Parlour and this video is in no way sponsored by them, so all the opinions that you're going to hear today are my own, and I bought all of these fragrances with my own money. I do however receive a small commission for recommending you to their site, so by just clicking on the link you'll save your 10% whilst supporting the channel and also help me to bring you more free content in the future. So first up is one that I've been wanting to try out for ages, and the original of this one also happens to be the signature scent of the heavyweight boxing champion Tyson Fury. This one is called Card Wonder, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 1940. This one is a copy of Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. The top notes in this one are raspberry, geranium and agar wood. In the mid we've got benzoin, amberwood and rose, and the base notes in this one are saffron, incense and birch. This is a fairly complex and challenging scent that might not be loved by everyone, especially if you've only ever worn designer fragrances in the past. It's a bold and resinous scent, which is a blend of sweet, floral and woody notes. It has an extremely strong projection, and it's definitely the most potent one in today's haul for sure. In fact, it's one of the most potent fragrances that I've tested from the Perfume Parlour so far. It opens up with a tart raspberry, blending with the sweet oud and the rose, which is actually very pleasant from the initial spray, with not much of an alcohol blast, so you can pick up on the initial notes right from the off. The raspberry note mixed with the sweet and the woody notes may make you think of something like Tuscan leather in the opening, and I definitely get a similarity, but it's not the same when you test them side by side. As it dries down, I can definitely pick up on the saffron and the incense, which brings a bit of a smoky animalic accord to the background of the composition. But to me, this one's all about the rose and the oud, which dominate the scent, with a bit of fruitiness in there also. It's very similar to Oud Ispahan from the Christian Dior Private Blend, so if you've ever tried that one, I'd say that's probably the closest one to what this one smells like. It smells very rich and luxurious with a smooth and velvety type aroma, and it falls on the slightly darker resinous side, and in my opinion it's way more masculine considering it's marketed as a unisex fragrance, but it's the rose that balances everything out and just stops it from becoming an out and out men's fragrance. The performance is excellent on the extract spray, and it's got to be up there with the best projecting scents that I've tested from the Perfume Parlour so far. So if you haven't already tried this one and you're on the lookout for something a little bit different, then maybe you should give this one a try. Okay, next up is one that I've been waiting for to come back into stock for weeks, because I did have a 30ml EDP spray of this and I went through it within a few weeks. So this time I've picked up the extract spray to wear just before the summer months come. This one is called The Crown, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0996. This one is a copy of The Chronic by Byron Parfums, which is one of the brand's most popular fragrances and one that gets plenty of hype in the fragrance community. The top notes in this one are pepper and cinnamon. In the mid, we've got patchouli, leather and amber, and the base notes in this one are white musk and sandalwood. So I'll start by saying what everyone else says in every review that I've ever watched, and that is that the name of the original fragrance has nothing to do with smelling like cannabis. I don't know why they called it The Chronic, but it certainly doesn't smell like weed, so it's nothing to do with smelling like that. This is in fact a very regal and expensive smelling fragrance with a definite unique niche quality to it. It's a warm and spicy ambery fragrance with a bit of a Coca-Cola type accord in the opening, but as it dries down, the patchouli and the musks start to come through, and they produce like a mild animalic muskiness in the background. But it's the amber that remains the most prominent note. And I'd say it's sweet, but it never becomes like overly sweet, so it's one that you could wear pretty much all year round. And the performance, again, I'd say is very good on this one with a really strong projection, and you're going to get a good 8 to 10 hours of longevity out of it. Along with Mula Mula, this is one of my favourites from Byron Parfums, and if you're watching Perfume Parlour, you've got to produce a copy of Mula Mula in the near future, because that one's probably even slightly better than this one in my opinion. Okay, so the next one is the only designer fragrance in this haul, but in terms of how designer fragrances go, this one is one of my all-time favourites for the summertime. The Perfume Parlour copy is called Cyber for Men, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 1048. And this is a clone of Chanel Allure Edition Blanche, and the top notes in this are Sicilian lemon, pink pepper and bergamot. In the mid, we've got vanilla and tonka bean, and in the base there's sandalwood, amber, vetiver, musk and cedar. Yeah, so this one is the famous lemon meringue pie fragrance, which opens up with the brightest zesty lemon and combines with a creamy vanilla and smooth sandalwood to produce a delicious lemon pie dessert type aroma. The original is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance to wear in the summer months, and it's one of my all-time favourites, which is why it's the main header photograph on my channel. This Perfume Parlour version though is a decent copy, but it's a touch more lemony in the opening, and it doesn't quite reach the creaminess of the original in the dry down. But that's testing them side by side. If you were to smell this on someone wearing it, you'd definitely recognise it as Edition Blanche. It's a linear fragrance, and you get pretty much the same aroma all the way through the life of the scent, apart from when it's sweetening up a touch in the dry down. It's predominantly a fresh fragrance, so the performance isn't amazing, but it's above average for a scent of this type, with a good projection for the first hour or so, and then you're going to get about 6 to 7 hours of longevity, with it being more sitting close to the skin. It's a decent pickup if you haven't already tried it or tried the original, but for me personally, I still think that the original Edition Blanche is noticeably better blended than this one, and it's one of those rare occasions where I still believe that maybe paying 3 times more is the better option. So the fourth one to feature in this haul is, I believe, a new addition to the Perfume Parlour, but I could be wrong on that one. But if it isn't a new fragrance, it's definitely only just come back into stock. And this one is called Midnight City, and the Perfume Parlour copy on this one is 1370. This one is a copy of Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels. The top notes in this are rosemary, holly, Amalfi lemon, bergamot and leather. In the mid there's lily of the valley, styrax and tea. And in the base there's amber, almond, benzoin, incense and tonka bean. This one is an extremely pleasant and likeable fragrance with a calm and sophisticated elegance. I didn't read the note breakdown on this before spraying it, and it's unfortunately one of the few occasions where I haven't actually smelled the original, so I'm just describing what this Perfume Parlour version smells like. From the initial spray, I would have put my mortgage on this one having the note of violet in it, because it has a strong resemblance to the Parma Violet sweets that you had as a kid, and it even has a dry chalkiness to it like they do. But when I've looked in the official note breakdown, there's no violet listed, so it must be all the other notes just coming together and producing like a similar accord. But apart from that, I don't really pick up on any other standout notes, and everything seems to be very well blended, and the dry down is totally unique to any other fragrance that I own. It's very difficult to describe what the heart of the fragrance smells like, but after reading some of the comments on Fragrantica, I do agree with one guy who said it had a rubbery smell like one of those black rubber torches that you used to get back in the day. And someone also said that there's like a slight petrol type aroma, which I can definitely also agree with. But there's much more going on in this one than just them two accords. There's some sweet aspects, there's some floral aspects, and also a leathery undertone as well. But all that together, it's just a really warm and fairly sweet and comforting scent that's for the wearer and not really to attract compliments from other people. It's not what I'd describe as like a sexy fragrance, but it's just one that smells really good and it's very addictive. It's a bit like a bit of Dior Fahrenheit mixed with a bit of Prada L'Homme. You get the dirty, oily aspects to it like you get in Fahrenheit, but there's also the clean, powdery, floral aspect to it also. But one thing is for sure, you definitely should try this one out for yourself because it's very interesting and you can make your own mind up about it. And last up in this week's cheeky little haul is one called Leaf Citrus. And the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 1814. This one is definitely going to be easier to describe than the Midnight in Paris because it's a copy of Tobacco Mandarin from Byredo. The top notes in this one are coriander, mandarin orange and cumin. In the mid we've got labdanum, leather and tobacco, and the base notes in this one are agar wood, sandalwood and olibanum. Yeah, so the original version of this fragrance should come with a little bit of a warning, just to warn customers not to expect this one to smell like mandarin orange or even tobacco for that matter, because when you first spray it, you don't pick up on either of those two things, so it'll just stop people from being disappointed. But don't get me wrong, there is a faint fruitiness in the opening, which lasts about 5 minutes, but then it becomes more of a woody, smoky kind of scent DNA, with maybe a bit of a leathery undertone also. It's the cumin that I can pick up on the most in the opening, which has a fairly pungent aroma, which some people describe as smelling a little bit sweaty. I've got to say though, that for me the opening is the most disappointing part of the fragrance, because if you're expecting this kind of sweet and juicy mandarin, you're in for a bit of a shock because you just don't get that in here. This is more of a dry and smoky fragrance, and even the tobacco's dry rather than being of the sweet kind. If this was called Wood on Fire, like the latest Montal fragrance, I'd be able to make a bit more sense of it, and I'd actually quite like it because it's not in any way a bad smelling scent. It's just that it doesn't smell anything like what most people will expect it to, just by going on the name alone. The original set you back over 200 quid for a 50ml bottle size, which is bordering on daylight robbery in my opinion. But you can try this Perfume Parlour version out for like less than a tenner. So if you're into your woody fragrances, I'm sure you'll really like this one. It's a really decent quality fragrance. It smells really nice. But if you're looking for a really nice tobacco and mandarin fragrance, this might not be for you. Yeah, so just a quick summary. I really like how the Ombre Nomade copy smells and it performs like an absolute beast. The Chronic and the Midnight in Paris copies are both unique and they smell great and they're well worth picking up to try out for yourself. And the Edition Blanche and the Tobacco Mandarin clones are still really decent, but maybe just not quite as good as the other three. But they're certainly not to be ruled out, and I would highly recommend you try any of the 5 fragrances that are featured in today's haul. Yeah, so once again, that's about it for this episode. But don't forget, I'll be back very soon with another Perfume Parlour haul. And next time I'm going to be uploading 2 videos simultaneously, one for men and one for women, but I'm not that optimistic about receiving any views on the women's video whatsoever, judging by my 98.8% ratio of male viewers on the channel, but it'll be something different, I suppose. I've also got some great fragrances coming up again in the 365 project next week, so keep your eyes peeled for those. And as always guys, if you found this video useful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. It's also great to hear your opinions, your thoughts and your critiques on all other fragrances that feature in these Perfume Parlour haul videos, so keep your comments coming down in the comments section. And also if you've got any that you'd also like me to feature in future hauls, please let me know. So once again, thank you very much once again for tuning into this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for the next one. Bye bye for now.